seconds. And she eats a double left hand from Bi Nguyen. Gut-punching knees now from Stamp Fairtex. Ragdolls B to the canvas. Short knee to the deltoid. And Bi back to her feet.
Nice little body clinch just to slow down Stamp Fairtex. That was a beautiful little entry into a punch with a nice little inside low kick. Took Stamp off her feet, but she was able to get back up into that clinch. Beautiful little turn, redirect. Now we're in the situation that we're in. Bi Nguyen says that Stamp Fairtex doesn't understand the range as well as she does inside mixed martial arts. There's too many different changes.
Oh, the Muay Thai kick!
The knee!
She folds her in half like a piano accordion with those knees. The power, the precision of Stamp Fairtex.
Careful, gotta get this double leg. She's gotta secure this. She's got her hands underneath the rear end. Let's see if she can pull her away from the ring ropes and put her on her backside.
Bi Nguyen 1-1 in one championship, 1-0 in one Super Series, a 20% finishing rate. Stamp Fairtex, 100% finishing rate in mixed martial arts. Nguyen, who was born in rural Vietnam, moved to the USA as an 8-year-old. Nguyen hunting for the double leg takedown. Stamp has maintained her vertical base. Hooks the leg, does Bi, gives up on it now. Walking knee to the half area. Stamp Fairtex top position, ground and pound.
That's some balance right there by Stamp. You can see Nguyen was trying to reap that outside leg, but the balance of Stamp Fairtex put Bi Nguyen down. Now we're starting to see that top control from Stamp. Let's see if she can sprawl heavily or if Bi Nguyen can suck that leg in.
The crowd here in Manila seem to be behind Stamp Fairtex. The media have been swarming to the two-sport world champion all week. She has been inundated with interviews and TV shoots and radio talk shows and photo shoots. Philippines has really embraced Stamp Fairtex. Hawking knees there to the hamstring of Bi Nguyen. Gut muncher, looking for a takedown. B backs her against the ropes. Elbow to the hairline. And Nguyen back shot. Stamp smiles at her. B smiles at her. 2-foot double athletes in the center of the One Championship ring. Bi Nguyen in southpaw stance. Stamp Fairtex in orthodox.
Nguyen starting to use a lot of these feints. She's got a lot of these feints. She's got a level change and get Stamp thinking about a lot of different areas right here. This is important. She's dealing with a pretty big height disadvantage, so the reach is going to be impacted. And she's got to try to close that distance.
Bi Nguyen, who turned pro in 2016 after going 4-1 as an amateur, comes in 2-3 in her last 5, 5-4 record, 1 knockout. Jab 2 kangaroo there from Bi Nguyen. Goes to the inside thigh on Stamp Fairtex. Bi Nguyen high the balls of her feet. Stamp a little more flat-footed here. Height and reach advantage goes the way of Stamp Fairtex. Fairtex, who moved to Fairtex at 18 years old to pursue a Muay Thai career and start training in BJJ, but I sense that that BJJ in a moment. Nice turns her against the ropes.
I'm going to say, Michael, I am impressed with the balance of Stamp Fairtex. She has just one-legged right there. As Bi Nguyen charged in, she changed it up. She lifted the leg high above her head, but Stamp was still able to keep the balance.
A good way to train for balance in mixed martial arts is to do Muay Thai. You see in Muay Thai, you execute the duck, you throw your opponent to the canvas, and you learn to defend against being duck. Here's the hand from Stamp Fairtex! Smack back! And Bi rallies back!
Bi Nguyen's got to close that distance in that clinch. You can see she's good when she's nice and tight to Stamp. But when she gets that little bit of space, Stamp starts to unload on Nguyen.
Stamp Fairtex resets. Nguyen on the front foot, edging forward. Hooking punch off the right hand there from Bi Nguyen. Hooks again. Inside leg kick. Stamp goes to the jaw. Into the first round we go. She's here. And likewise, the two-sport world champion landed some great knees. There's a jab too from Bi Nguyen. Southpaw stance on the Vietnamese American. On the inside is the Muay Thai clinch of Stamp. That's proving the difference in the phone booth. And Bi Nguyen rallies back. Such guts, intestinal fortitude, and massive heart on Bi Nguyen. Big inside leg kick there from Fairtex, lifted the lead leg of Bi Nguyen.
Nguyen's got to be careful when she exits the clinch. You can see just how dangerous Fairtex is because right when she enters the clinch, that's when she's getting caught with her hands down. Bi Nguyen's got to be very careful at that particular moment.
Bi Nguyen tried for a spinning back fist. Competed in season 37 of the CBS reality show Survivor. Bi Nguyen. Bi just probing with the jab. Will she look to change levels on the two-sport world champion? Stamp Fairtex taking her time. Is she going to counter the Killer Bee? It's a roundhouse kick and a poking right hand. Another roundhouse kick to the waist there from Stamp Fairtex. Mitch, if you're in the corner of Bi Nguyen, what are you telling the Killer Bee to do right now?
I'd like to see her punch her way into a single leg. That left leg is right there. It's easy pickings for the southpaw, but she's got to get close. She's got to start to chain wrestle. I need to see her mixing up the takedowns, adding things together, not just get stuck in one takedown. She's getting stuck there, she's getting held, then she's getting into the clinch of Fairtex, and then she's starting to get unloaded on. She has to start mixing up her weapons because this right here, this is Stamp's world.
Would you imagine if Bi Nguyen could finish Stamp Fairtex to roll the hype train? Their one championship debut win over Duani Wulan was Bi's first ever win by finish as a pro. As an amateur, she finished 2 opponents in 4 victories. Stamp Fairtex, the counter game at the moment from the Thai, the Phenom, who's had over 80 Muay Thai bouts, is a stadium champion in Thailand and a 2-division Northeast Thailand champion. But more so, she is a 2-sport 1 Super Series world champion in both kickboxing and Muay Thai. One of over 140 plus world champions on the one championship roster. Muay Thai clinch again, uppercut elbow from Stamp Fairtex, the big looping hand from Stamp. All power in those forearms close. Some blood on the left ear, it looks like, of Bi Nguyen, or maybe it's over the left eye, is it, on the eyebrow of Bi?
Yeah, I think it's in multiple spots. I think we've got the damage behind the left ear. That came in the first round. This eye is from this round right here. We're just seeing the game just unfold for Stamp Fairtex. The takedown defense, the clinch control, dominant in almost every area.
The way that Stamp Fairtex continues to mature as an athlete in both stand-up and in mixed martial arts is just phenomenal. We asked her yesterday, we said, if you get a win against Bi Nguyen tonight, what's the game plan? What's the strategy? Are you ready for Angela Lee? She said, no, not yet. I need maybe another 2 or 3 wins and then I'll go for gold against Angela, if Angela still has the gold at the time.
But Bi's doing a good job here in this stand-up exchange. There she got caught with a knee right there. There she is, landed an inside kick. She's starting to put some hand combinations together. Like to see her mix things up, put a little bit more pressure on her. She's got about 60 seconds to do work here.
Mitch, I'll say this. I believe this so far is Bi Nguyen's most impressive performance in one championship.
Especially with the striker capability of Stamp.
Have a look at Bi Nguyen now. Stamp Fairtex backs away from the right hand. And Bi straight back into it. The high. The intestinal fortitude, the courage of Bi Nguyen. She doesn't know how to take the backward step. There's no waving the white flag for Bi Nguyen.
Yeah, Michael, but she's blocking punches with her face. She's got to move that head. She's got to get that head off the center line, especially when she goes there and starts exchanging. She's trying to make this into a firestorm.
He's trying to turn it into a brawl in a phone booth with Stamp Fairtex. It's perhaps a game plan Stamp did not expect though. And again, Bi Nguyen comes forward, peppers out a couple of punches. Final 10 seconds of the second round of 3. It has been an epic contest. We told you it could be the show stealer. It has been excitement. 2 round 1 to go. Our side, and wisely so. Bi has been a human sponge at times in this contest, absorbing punishment to then give it back. He just catches that roundhouse kick, nicely deflected there. On the front foot again, Bi Nguyen looks for the left, drops down the center corridor. Circles to her right, which is where she wants to go, away from the right side of Stamp Fairtex. You see how Fairtex towers over the Killer Bee. Bi always drawing circles with her footwork. Not remaining a stagnant target. You can't be a stagnant target against Stamp Fairtex. Fairtex resets. They drift back to center ring. Bi's got to get on the inside. The plyometrics explode in. Work the body. Go to the jaw. Hurt. Stamp Fairtex. But when you get on the inside, you've got to watch that vice-like grip. The Muay Thai clinch of the two-sport world champion.
And starting to see because coming at her. Mixing up the weapons, going head kicks, spinning back fists on the other side. Not just giving the same looks to Stamp, consistently changing things up. But Stamp's just waiting. She's very patient. But at this point in time, look at Bi Nguyen pushing forward, showing the aggression, starting to touch the champ.
Once again, only 14% advantage. Has Bi Nguyen for the win. Overwhelming 86% for Stamp Fairtex on the one fantasy game of the one Super 8. Bi Nguyen giving a very good account of herself. She said she had the tools to defeat Stamp Fairtex, to derail the hype of Stamp Fairtex. Stamp has not attempted to take Bi to ground. Bi Nguyen taking her time, trying to find a chink in the armor, trying to find even a minute opening. Crouched on the guard here, Stamp Fairtex. Clubs up high. Will she explode in and work those knees, work those elbows? Bi staying on the outside, but there'll come a time when she needs to get on the inside. And with 2 minutes 15 to go, that time is, well, right about now. High right roundhouse kick there from Stamp Fairtex. Bi backs her off with the left hand. Making the power hand to the southpaw. Body, then head, changing levels. Comes around there from Stamp Fairtex. Got the head back. High left hand to Bi Nguyen. Here comes Stamp. Rolls the right hand to the jaw. Bi Nguyen does a quick counter to the teeth.
The right hand is starting to touch the chin of Bi Nguyen.
Want to finish? Want to finish?
Counters are like beautiful counter right hands that Bi Nguyen was able to, Stamp was able to land.
There were a lot of people who thought that Stamp Fairtex would light up Bi Nguyen. She thought she'd put Nguyen out in 2 rounds. It hasn't been the case. Bi Nguyen's still here. She's landing on Stamp Fairtex. So too Fairtex on Nguyen. 1 minute and 15 seconds remains in what has been a gripping contest. Silence inside the Mall of Asia arena. Everyone on the edge of their seats for this one. There are so many ramifications to the result here. You know that in Hawaii, the world champion Angela Lee is watching this one on PRA. Keeping a close eye on perhaps a future opponent, a future challenger for Angela's gold. 45 seconds remains now. Fairtex edges forward. Does Bi put the foot down? Does she pull out all the stops? Throw caution to the proverbial wind now and try and go after Stamp's jaw. Don't forget our 3 judges are not scoring this one round of no round. They're scoring it as an overall contest. Is there one big tub thumper left for one of these 2 women? 2 extraordinary athletes. They've given it their all. Bi launches forward with a right hand. Final 10 seconds now. Stamp Fairtex clinching Bi. Misses the target. Bi goes home with the left roundhouse kick. And look at the integrity, the honor, the respect between these 2 phenomenal martial artists. This was a great test for Stamp Fairtex.
Stamp Fairtex!
Away from the cage. Yes, Ritu. Yes. Take her up and take her down. Yes. And take her down. Stand. Push her up. You do. Push her up. Push her up. Not too much.
knee, go to the left, Ritu. Ritu, grab the knee, go to the left, right now.
Hook the leg, hook the leg. Right
Go to the left, Ritu, go to the left. Lay down on your side.
You gotta break that angle.
Ritu, lay down on your side.
Hook that leg.
Ritu, lay down on your side. Grab the knee, lay down on your left side. On your left side, Ritu. Yes, 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 Ritu. Yes, Ritu, out,
Here we
Ritu.
go. Ritu immediately tries to close the gap and look to take Stamp down. Stamp shrugs her off and keeps distance for the strikes.
Yeah, Stamp is very dangerous inside that clinch. We've seen her in the past utilize the palm very well to just sort of stop people's takedown attempts. She also got dangerous elbows and serious knees.
In the striking of Ritu Phogat, look out for the overhand right, though mostly she uses it to set up the takedown. Stamp in the striking, of course, superb all round.
It was interesting, Michael, to talk to Stamp about the ground game of Ritu. They say they have an answer for the crucifix position. I'm really intrigued to see how it works out. Talking to Coach DJ Jackson, it was interesting to watch them break it down and to show me exactly what they're gonna do if Ritu gets into that crucifix position.
Good outside leg kick from Stamp. We were asking the question earlier on, Dragon, what would happen if Stamp started kicking the legs of Ritu?
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to watch her, especially her placement of those kicks. Is she going to attack the lower leg, which is harder to catch, or is she going to go after the thighs, which she usually does in her striking sports?
Both athletes taking a time here to figure each other out and dip their toes in the proverbial waters. Some fakes here from Ritu.
A lot of feints from Ritu, but she's got to put something behind him. You got to threaten the attack, and she does just that, gets deep onto a single. This is going to tell us a lot. Stamp's trying to force that leg to the ground, defending with a possible guillotine as she backs her up into the wall.
And Ritu gets Stamp on her back. Ritu number 4 ranked atomweight. Stamp number 2 ranked atomweight. The champion, Angela Lee, awaits the winner next year.
Important for Stamp to separate those legs, keep a heavy base. You can see Ritu's trying to transition to a high crotch.
Ritu, high crotch. Let's go. Hey, good. Punch the face. Keep punching. Use your body. Use your legs.
The corner of Stamp is saying, well done, nice defense. The corner of Ritu saying, high crotch.
Go to body lock, Ritu.
Now they wanted to work the body lock, Dragon.
You know, she's kind of stuck there in that high crotch position. She doesn't want to let that go because Stamp's got that overhook. Let's see if Ritu can chain her way into a different position.
Right now they'll be going crazy in India, watching on Star Sports Select. In Thailand, watching on Tyrath 32. Cheering on the respective charges.
Good defense coming from Stamp, Michael, with that overhook. She's not allowing Ritu to change levels or even get control of that right leg, and she peels her up. Ritu again tenacious with that takedown. She's gonna do this for a full 15 minutes going after those takedowns.
Every time Stamp stuffs a takedown attempt of Ritu, you've got to wonder if it mentally melts Ritu Phogat not to be able to take Stamp down.
I don't know, man. In that Mung Bow match, she was getting touched up, but she kept that alive and kept coming after it. And she finally gets her down to the ground. She's got to create those angles. She has to turn. She can't just meet Stamp head on. She has to try to turn the angle.
You see Ritu pushing down on the left leg, doesn't want that knee rising up. You see Stamp trying to drive the head down towards the rising knee. Ritu's going to be careful of that.
That's going to open up the elbows as well. If she can frame off the head, she's going to be able to slide those elbows through. Hits her with another knee on the entry into that double leg. You can see she's trying to clasp the hands together. Stamp's got to try to dig an underhook and peel her up. Don't let her elevate her. Nope, going for a ride.
Here she goes! The takedown coming from Ritu!
Look at Stamp smiling with a guillotine.
No takedown happening. Backed her against the wire instead.
I think Stamp might have had that choke in there tight enough. And especially when you slam somebody down, you kind of sink yourself tighter into a guillotine.
Smart by smart by Stamp.
Smart, but Stamp's not known for her guillotine attempts, so it's a very difficult submission to pull
But
off.
still Dragon it prevented the takedown.
100%.
Good, now turn.
Digging in with the right hands here, the Indian Tigress, Ritu Phogat.
I thought Ritu might want to try to get her down anyway, but chose to pick her up, put her back against the wall. Interesting strategic move by Ritu.
30 seconds remaining, first round set for 3, a 15-minute match in this championship final. Gut clenching knee there from Stamp. Chucks for the elbows. Tries for the ear of Ritu. Ritu drops down for the double leg again.
Yeah, good job by framing off the head and trying to slice those elbows. She's got to try to find a way to strike from this position because Ritu is going to try to do this the entire time.
Knees again from Stamp, a former Muay Thai world champion, former kickboxing world champion.
Where she wanted it, and that was up against the wall. She wasn't able to score multiple takedowns, but she kind of kept Stamp in that position.
Let's see if Stamp can affect some of her Muay Thai strikes here. Ritu used a lot of feints early on in the first round.
Yeah, Ritu uses him just as a disguise for that shot. There she goes. She gets that single leg. Now she's in the open. Let's see what she can do here. Stamp's trying to jump onto the back. Ritu's going to try to go chest to chest. Maintain this top position.
Don't let her get to your back, Ritu. Get her down.
Let's get back to our feet.
You hear Stamp's corner saying, let's get back to our feet. As Stamp puts her inside her guard, she's looking for something here, a triangle attack. Stamp hoping to sub Ritu Phogat.
Let's see if Ritu can pop out of this, get her head out. She's sinking that triangle deep, Michael.
Look at this from Stamp. Can she do it?
Ritu, grab the knee, go to the left. Grab the knee, go to the left.
What scenes here in Singapore?
This is a bad spot for Ritu, man, especially as she's starting to turn. That choke's getting a little bit tighter, Michael.
Ritu, grab the knee, go to the left. Right there.
Can Stamp submit her?
Go to the left, Ritu.
They are barking instructions to Ritu in her corner.
Ritu, lay down
Trying
on
to
your side.
coach her out of this predicament.
Ritu, lay down on your side. Grab the knee. Lay down on your left side. On your left side, Ritu. Yes, 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 Ritu. Yes, Ritu.
That's what they wanted in the corner. What heart, what determination, what grit from Ritu Phogat.
Ritu on your left side.
And Stamp had her in trouble. She's still got her in some trouble. Now what, Dragon?
Looks like she's going after an arm bar, possibly. Ritu's got to keep her stacked as Stamp's going to try to extend her body to create pressure on the elbow. Here's Ritu going to utilize those knees to the body, and she might go knees to the head.
Yes.
Stamp is hoping to sub out Ritu. Armbar! Armbar! She got her! She got her! She got her! Stamp Fairtex subs out Ritu. Stamp Fairtex is the Unabreak World Grand Prix champion. Stamp Fairtex will take on Angela Lee.
This fight in shape. She worked full-time with the nutritionist, strength and conditioning coach. She has put in the work for this opportunity. Stamp looks very calm, looking to time that first shot.
Orthodox stance for both, body kick from Stamp.
Alyse is throwing a lot of feints and fakes here and a lot of movement, but Stamp, you can see that Stamp has very relaxed movement. She's pretty much seen everything that you could possibly see standing up in a ring, circle, or cage.
Nice right from Anderson, trying to gauge the distance here, trying to cut off the angle. A couple of leg kicks from Stamp.
A lot of forward pressure coming from Anderson as she's trying to work her way into that clinch, I think. I think she wants to get this thing to the ground. I don't know if she wants to play this game of striking with Stamp Fairtex. A lot of lateral movement, Rich.
Yeah. Big shots to the left and right. Stamp smells blood. Stamp on the move. And into the clinch they go. Good decision by Anderson to kind of stem the tide momentarily.
This is where Anderson wants to be. She wants to tie this thing up and drag her to the ground using a headlock. But look at Stamp trying to reverse the position and end up on top.
These are those scrambles I was talking about with Stamp. Alyse had a good takedown there and what looked to be good, should have been good topside position, but Stamp just scrambles.
Alyse going for an inverted triangle. Has that position tight. Now the coach, Pat Barry, is in the corner talking Alyse through this. I don't think there's an arm trapped in there, Rich. Is there an arm?
Yeah, it looked like from the other angle.
Is the arm trapped inside there?
No, I thought it was, but I don't think, no, it's not. Her head's
head
coming out.
scissors, yeah. And then she Beautiful defense from Stamp.
Hammer fist on the way out, on the way back up for Stamp.
Stamp's choosing to soften up the legs here a little bit. She might want to let her up. Yeah, Justin Brown lets her up.
Let's go.
This is a good decision by Stamp to disengage. When we were talking to Stamp earlier this week, she talked about Alyse Anderson's long legs and how that would have been a problem. And that's an example right there, getting caught in a near triangle.
Stamp beats a right, and then an uppercut with a left from Alyse Anderson.
Anderson pressuring forward, trying to tie her up again. You can see a welt on Alyse Anderson's left leg, high up on the hamstring from that Stamp low kick.
Right eye as well, obviously some blood coming from the right eye of Alyse Anderson. She's got the blue gloves on, Stamp in the red gloves. Spinning back fist and a nice one from Anderson. And a wild right that didn't land. Push kick Anderson, applying the pressure here with under 2 to go in round 1.
I'm surprised Stamp's not using this jab more, that would keep Alyse at bay. We've seen her use it in the past. There's a good one right there, and her backing off doing it. I like the way that Alyse is systematically closing with her footwork there, able to land the right hand coming off the circle wall.
Yes, this varied footwork is giving Stamp a lot of different looks. Stamp likes it when opponents kind of show her the same thing over and over again so she can start to time things as Alyse Anderson shoots in for a takedown. Good job by Stamp to dig an underhook and pry Alyse Anderson up to go chest to chest as they start firing knees.
Stamp did a good job of defending that shot, but she's got to be careful rolling those elbows over because she's not out of trouble in the clinch there with Alyse.
Stamp with a couple of knees on the way out, and then a left from Stamp. 50 seconds, round 1. Good stuff from both.
Stamp's trying to time elbows on Alyse's entry.
Yeah, it's a...
See, look at her. She's pointing. She's like, come get it. Come get it. Alyse was like, what do I do with that?
I like Alyse applying the pressure for a lot of this first round.
Yeah, you don't want Stamp to come forward at you. You want her on her back foot, and you want her to try to engage in counter-striking. She does her best work when she's coming forward and being aggressive. So this is a good strategic move for Anderson to really put this pressure on her. But she's got to keep her feet underneath her when she's throwing these shots.
It's interesting, though, when we talked to Alyse earlier this week, she said Stamp likes it when you come at her. And she's been coming at her pretty aggressively in this match. So it's almost whether she was trying to fool us or just contrary to what she said her game plan might be.
For the first ever time on this historic night, and this crowd has been sensational.
Brent, you mentioned it at the top that this winner of this match gets a shot at the interim atomweight belt. And for Alyse Anderson, this is a gigantic opportunity, not just to fight the #1 contender, but talk about skipping the line and jumping right to the head of the cube, Rich.
Yeah, I mean, if she's able to pull this victory off against Stamp, that'd be huge. Oh, wow. And who would have thought Stamp would be backpacking Alyse Anderson with a seatbelt grip?
You got it.
Stamp did a beautiful job of taking the back right there, working her way around to secure this position.
And it was off of she threw a kick. Alyse grabbed the kick, caught the kick, and she came off of the catch of the kick to the back.
That was beautiful. Alyse is doing a good job of protecting herself by controlling the hands, keeping it tight. You're not allowed to grab the gloves, but you can pinch down your arms to secure the hand so they're not able to slide the hand out and start attacking.
Yeah, this is a bit of a stalemate here.
But there's nothing you can do. Stamp is in an advantageous position, so you have to let him work.
So if you're Justin Brown, what's the thought process?
I hope he lets them work. He lets them work. He has to let them work.
Yep.
Well, Justin Brown's doing what he can. That's called encouragement right there.
Yeah, I like it. Work and encouragement. Sometimes the same thing. All right, a right from Anderson on the exit. Justin Brown said, let's go. Nearing the midpoint of this fight.
You can hear the corner of Alyse Anderson saying, throw your hands first. They want hands and then the kick combination to come.
Wild uppercut from Stamp. We've seen both at times kind of swing for the fences. Haven't really landed those wilder shots, but if one of them does, look out.
Stamp's looking laser focused, trying to time something as Alyse Anderson comes in. Alyse ties her up with a body lock. You can see she's trying to take her right leg and slide it into position so she can work possibly an outside trip.
Oh, kick, step! Alyse is out!
The body kick.
Supergirl, she does press forward. She is a forward pressure fighter, and that's why I was saying Stamp needs to get out of the gates quickly, because if she allows Supergirl to just impose her will on her, that could be the beginning of the end.
Supergirl, 8-inch reach advantage, 9 pounds heavier, coming in, big straight right, and on the defense early on is Stamp.
I feel like that counter right hand that Stamp's throwing as Supergirl rushes forward.
19 years of age is Supergirl. Joined one championship in 2016 and exploded onto the scene. I should say at age 16, so 3 years ago. Nice exchange there. On a big right and a left hook. Supergirl looking good.
Yeah, Supergirl is going hands heavy early. She goes low kick. I'd like to see her start mixing up these combinations. Stamp's countering with that right hand really well.
It's interesting the big step in that Supergirl is taking, because she's the one with the 8-inch reach advantage. She should be able to manage that distance. You see she just overcommitted on that punch right there.
That's what she likes. She likes to get really tight. She likes to get inside that clinch range, but you can see how she's kind of adjusted her style to these kickboxing rules.
Taking heavy shots with her back against the wall, and then a big right on the exit. Oh, nice flurry and a combination from Stamp. Good stuff in the opening round as they trade leather.
Yeah, Supergirl's trying to bully the smaller Stamp Fairtex around the circle, but Stamp's doing a good job utilizing that movement. She's got to be careful not to get trapped up against that fence, though.
Big right Stamp. Stamp on the outside leg kick and another right.
Looks like Supergirl slowed down a little bit.
She's still coming forward, though.
30 seconds, round one. 10-point must system here in kickboxing.
As of yesterday, they were both preparing for completely different opponents with completely different styles in sports, so this has got to be a difficult adjustment.
You have to ask yourself this question. Stamp was going to compete Muay Thai rounds against Sunisa, and then it was a hybrid fight, so she was also going to compete in MMA rounds. So the question you got to ask yourself here is, how much time was she actually spending on her grappling or her mixed martial arts as opposed to her Muay Thai?
World title fights later on. Supergirl feeling good with that exchange to open round two.
Nice right hand by Stamp there.
With this forward pressure and this aggression that Supergirl is showing is going to score very well in the judges' eyes.
Absolutely. I think Stamp is having problems with this, because normally she's just catching the leg right there, stopping the forward pressure, countering to the body and then to the head, and then pressuring forward herself. That tool's been taken away from her, so Supergirl's just able to just continue mowing her down.
How do you have that first round scored, Rich?
I was hoping you wouldn't ask me that.
And I love it when you do. Pressure on.
This is a tough one to score because there's a lot of volume from both of these girls, and they're both landing punches, both these ladies are.
Yeah, but Stamp's landing with a little bit more accuracy, but the forward pressure and the aggression is definitely being showcased by Supergirl.
Stamp with a heavy right, then the outside leg kick. Supergirl with a flurry but didn't land.
She's active, and the judges don't have really the monitors in front of them. They're at different angles, so all they're really seeing is from whatever angle they are is that aggression, that volume that Supergirl's throwing. So Stamp needs to really do something to start scoring some points here.
Big exchange here. Supergirl finding that rhythm and that distance.
I'd like to see Stamp quit allowing Supergirl to back her to the cage. Keep her back off the circle side and into the center. But you'll watch, Supergirl's going to systematically walk her down to the cage here.
And she takes very small steps laterally to cut her off, to pin her there so she's not able to circle out. Stamp needs to be a little bit faster with her movement, just like that, right? So as soon as Supergirl came forward, she immediately circled out to the right as she plays a little bit of mind games with each other.
This is outstanding.
I love the reaction from Supergirl.
In the center of the one circle, they trade leather.
Looks like Stamp almost tucks her chin down and just starts swinging with those punches. And she's actually landing, but it's just something different.
Two women from here in Thailand, in front of their home fans. Stamp, the veteran of the two, but Supergirl, again, taking this fight just yesterday. Both of them had different opponents until yesterday, but they look ready to roll. Final 10 seconds, round two.
Mitch, I'm going to ask you how you scored the second round, because every exchange, someone's landing a big punch.
Yeah, they're both landing, you know, but it's just that it could be 1-1 right now, but I'm not quite sure. But so it could be anybody's game. And Stamp carries that knockout power. See, there's that catch you were talking about, Rich. She couldn't hold it back.
Supergirl's laughing it off. Stamp knows what she did. Olivier's giving him the warning.
2.5 minutes to go. Strawweight kickboxing bout. Stamp and Supergirl. Stamp in the red gloves, Supergirl in the blue. Body kick from Stamp on a leg.
And return from Supergirl.
Man, if Supergirl's able to capture a win here over Stamp Fairtex in Bangkok, Thailand, that's going to be massive for her. Propelling her forward. It's just 19 years old.
Less than 24 hours notice as well. And sometimes you don't know what you don't know, especially when you're 19. Just bring on the next opponent, whoever is in front of me.
Listen, I'm going to defend the girl here, Stamp. You know, she was actually preparing for a match. She was hybrid with some MMA guys, so she hasn't been doing just complete stand-up here. And we've taken her best tool away, which is the catch and counter, which we saw.
Well, he's supposed to fight Anissa Mexen in an exhibition, mixed rules, 4 rounds. And Anissa Mexen did not show up to weigh in yesterday here in Bangkok. Anna's opponent missed weight, so it made perfect sense for these two to come together, and they have provided us with great entertainment here.
Wow, that was a beautiful right hand from Stamp.
Big shot to the face from Stamp, and then she takes a couple. Beautiful exchange.
Tried to catch it again and throw. Quickly remembered that she was not able to do that, but she still wants to do it.
They are standing and trading with a minute to go in the final round.
That's a lot about Stamp, though. To move up in this weight, to go to strawweight like this, against this very large opponent in Supergirl.
9 pounds is the advantage for Supergirl, and we mentioned the 8-inch reach advantage.
They've both been on their pace this entire fight.
How great is this? A couple of Thai fighters here in Bangkok putting on a show. 25 seconds.
This could still be anybody's round, Brent. This is a close round. Both these girls have landed some heavy leather. Although Supergirl is still coming forward, as Mitch keeps talking about, asking the score on the judge's scorecard. She's been hit with some big shots that have snapped her head back. But if I was Stamp, I would not be taking my foot off the gas pedal right here.
arm bar. Sides over. This is important right here for Stamp. Stamp's got to be careful. Oh no, that's bad.
Oh, the arm bar from Rassohyna. Can she take it home? Stamp's in trouble again. Tentative start here. They know what each other possesses. They almost went the distance last time out. It was the final, and it must have been 7 seconds that Rassohyna tapped out Stamp. Rassohyna number 3 ranked. Stamp number 4 ranked. Already it's Giorata and Ritu Phogat through to the semi-finals. Inside leg there from Stamp. Jab from Stamp.
Action!
Not over-rushing herself here, Stamp Fairtex. Just seeing what opens up on Rassohyna, Mitch.
Yeah, Michael, Stamp's being patient. She's feinting, but she's also throwing heavy. You know, she's putting a lot of force behind each one of these strikes. I think she's expecting an early shot coming from Rassohyna, so she wants to stay ready for that and defend. And as I say that, she does just that. Nice little turn to the corner, bounce off the wall, has that single leg. Let's see if Rassohyna can finish. This first takedown is going to be very important. It's going to set the tone of the match. Stamp's got to sprawl heavy, but Rassohyna is able to turn the corner of that single leg and put Stamp down. Now she works into a cradle.
Rassohyna top position, said she'd submit Stamp Fairtex. Shani's capture. Not at the moment. Stamp defending back on the feet. Standing guillotine attempt from Rassohyna. Don't forget you can vote for who you want to see in the semi-finals. OneFC.com/vote. And Stamp is out of trouble. Rassohyna takes her down again. Rassohyna fighting for a submission in the opening round. It's what she promised. Can she deliver? Curls the knuckles into the top of the head, but Stamp looks okay. The way that Stamp Fairtex's ground game has come along in recent times is outstanding for a woman of her limited mixed martial arts experience. Side control for Rassohyna.
Good head and arm control.
Mitch is so excited, he's choking over it. Mitch, wow, have a look, Rassohyna. Oh, nice knee to the midsection. Lifted her off the canvas. That's usually what Stamp Fairtex does to opponents with their Muay Thai, but Rassohyna ragdolling her here in the first round. Beautiful work from Rassohyna in control. Another knee from Rassohyna. Another one to the head of Stamp Fairtex. Stamp Fairtex locked up and no place to go, taking punishment here from Rassohyna. We did not see this the first time around, Dragon, from Rassohyna.
Yeah, it's a very aggressive ground game coming from Rassohyna. She's sensing that urgency in this first, but look at Stamp. Defended the head and arm, now she's taking the back of Rassohyna. Got that choke in. What a turn of the tables here. I can't tell if it's underneath the chin, but it looks pretty close. It is under the chin. Rassohyna is going to try to pry that top arm off of her head to defend this choke. Look at that left arm. That's right underneath the chin of Rassohyna. But she can't use her other arm to fully lock it in because Rassohyna is defending well. What composure kept by Stamp.
Let's look to finish.
Rassohyna is able to pry that top arm off. You can see what Stamp's trying to do. Stamp's trying to take the arm of Rassohyna, that right arm, and shove it under her leg so she can trap the arm and attempt that choke again. Good defense so by Rassohyna.
No hooking of the gloves.
Stamp's ground game promises so many surprises these days. And now having the back of Rassohyna after early dominance from Rassohyna. Tremendous opening 5 minutes here. Stamp Fairtex was withstanding punishment from the knees to the body to the head. But how she can swing the pendulum back in her favor, this Thai superstar.
10 seconds.
Final 10 seconds.
Stop.
Can Stamp start to sling those legs? Can she get on the inside and work those Muay Thai knees and her clinch? Nice dipping liver shot. Rassohyna takes the round kick, gives one back off her lead leg. Stamp faking off the back leg. Nice high kick there. Not committing to any combinations here. The single strikes from Stamp. Rassohyna did well on her feet in the opening 5 minutes. Mitch, what would they have said to Rassohyna in her corner between rounds?
Well, they were probably shaking out the arms a little bit because she spent a long time attacking those chokes, so she might have burned them out. So, you can see how she drops her guard. She starts to shake out her arms, keeping the blood flowing through there. But I think they said, get back to the ground, stay on top, but don't have any momentary lapses in concentration. She has to stay very, very tight in a lot of the scrambles because that's when Stamp took her back. But also, that's how Alyona got the choke in the third of their first contest. So, it's hard to say at this point, but you can see how Stamp feints heavy. Those little feints are really mistelling, exactly what she's gonna do. And you can see how Alyona kind of reacts to him. That's what she needs to do. She needs to go first, not allow Stamp to start throwing these heavy shots.
Body shot, bent to the head, goes Rassohyna. Nicely done from her. Two-punch combination. Stamp complaining. Did she forget her mouth guard? Wow, mislip from the corner. Folks, don't forget our main event tonight. For the strawweight world title, Zhang Jinan defends against Michelle Nicolini. And indeed, there goes the mouth guard of Stamp.
Let's go. That's just how hardcore Stamp is. She don't need no mouth guard because she realizes she's not really in a lot of danger here. It tells a lot, is Rassohyna thinking, is she starting to doubt herself? Because if she can't grapple with Stamp, but she does just that, she gets that beautiful double leg takedown. Let's see what Stamp does here off of her back. You can see how Rassohyna starts to cradle those arms together to get that position because she just wants to stay tight. She doesn't want to give Stamp any space to start scrambling. You can see Stamp's looking for a triangle here. She's trying to shove the right arm down and then throw her left leg over the arm of there. But now Rassohyna attacking the heel hook, push off.
Crowd appreciating Stamp Fairtex as she slings the legs of Rassohyna. Those are hard leg kicks too from a Muay Thai and kickboxing world champion. Will she allow Rassohyna back to her feet? Rassohyna content to defend from here, and Muhammad Suleiman stands her up. Who's going to strike first now? Stamp needs to start going to the legs to slow down the boxing of Rassohyna.
Rassohyna.
A very methodical pace to this one. Neither overextending, neither rushing. What are you seeing there, Dragon?
Rassohyna's got a little bit of damage she's wearing on her face right now because everything Stamp throws is so heavy. She's really putting a lot into these shots, but what she's not doing is she's not putting combinations together. Like you said earlier, it's just kind of just one big shot thrown, one big kick, one big jab. I'd like to see her start putting punches and combining kicks together and really start turning up things at this point, because if Alyona can get things to the ground again and start to progress her position, she's going to start to score.
High kick from Fairtex. Rassohyna was going the right way though, circling off to her right to stay out of range of that round kick. Is either of these athletes tiring here, Dragon, with about 30 seconds to go in the second?
I think Alyona could be slowing down a little bit because that was an easy stop for Fairtex. Alyona usually follows up with continuous corner turns. She doesn't just shoot one shot and then stop. She continually attacks on the takedown. And that time, Stamp was able to get those underhooks, utilize some heavy hips, and really just turn the corner and put Alyona down. You can see the overhook on the left side of Alyona to try to stop Stamp from ground.
She's the trophy, I guess you could say. She's the right to compete against for the title, for the winner of the Grand Prix. A shot at the Queen. Half guard position here for Stamp. Good start from the tie.
And that takedown defense, Michael, that's something we haven't seen from Stamp Fairtex. That's a whole new level of grappling defense. The way that she's stopping that with those hips, getting nice and low, and then turning the corner and putting Alyona down, ended up here in side control. Let's see if she can keep this position. Again, she steps over into the back control, chooses to abandon it. Just trying to step over. Good job by Alyona. Just hold on to one of those legs. This is actually that position kind of where Alyona got the guillotine last time they met. But Alyona is a good enough grappler to maintain that position to get back into half guard. That's important.
You feel the confidence is rising by the minute on Stamp Fairtex. But is it dripping for Alyona Rassohyna? Is she tiring Rassohyna? Fairtex still in half guard, top position. Can she posture up here? Nice elbow, rakes it across the forehead of Rassohyna.
Let's go, let's go.
Yeah, Michael, but we saw that last time. Stamp dominated 13 minutes, 14 minutes of the match. Close to 15 minutes, but at 40 minutes and 53 seconds, Alyona is that dangerous that she was able to get that guillotine from a very awkward position and get the finish. So Alyona Rassohyna is never out of the match. Do not count her out, no matter how dominant Stamp may appear in this match right now. Good job to get back to full guard, and she goes right after the arm bar. Sides over. This is important right here for Stamp. Stamp's got to be careful. Oh no, that's bad.
Oh, the arm bar from Rassohyna. Can she take it home? Stamp's in trouble. Stamp fighting against it, fighting for survival in this tournament. Rassohyna. Can't she get the armbar?
Nah, looks like she's
Still
out.
fighting for it here.
It looks like she's out, Michael.
Well, Stamp
Turtled out.
Fairtex.
You can see the arm is not quite in it. She's almost got the elbow past the legs. She might be sliding out. There's no way Stamp is going to tap. There's no way Stamp is even going to faint at a possible tap or anything that even resembles one. If she can pry her arm out of here, she might be able to survive. And she does just that, circles around, and then ends up on top.
What a back and forth contest here. The heart palpitations inside the Singapore Indoor Stadium. Stamp Fairtex on top. 2 minutes remaining. For the third place in the semi-finals. Stamp with a couple of right hands. Rassohyna takes some punishment now. Takes some damage to the side of the face. Oh, they're heavy knuckles from Stamp Fairtex. Turn the knuckles in well to the kickboxing Muay Thai world champion.
Alyona was trying to go for a leg lock, and to do that, she has to attack both hands to the leg of Stamp. And Stamp was sitting up and throwing ground and pound. Alyona chose to let it go, and now Stamp is in a dominant position right now. Looks like she's in almost kind of a dope mount area where Alyona's turned to her side like that. She's trying to keep that half guard. Stamp might be able to just hold on here, initiate some ground and pound, but Alyona gets back out of it.
Let's go.
Stamp might be wise, just let her stand up.
Counting down to the part of the fight where Stamp lost last time. It was the final 7 seconds where she tapped out to Rassohyna. Although Stamp still claims to this day she did not tap.
Go.
Now, this is important right here. Will
40
Stamp
seconds remaining.
maintain this position? She's got to keep it standing. Alyona needs the takedown here. She has to get this match to the ground or a huge right hand.
Let's go, last 30 seconds.
Final 20 seconds. Jab overhand right there from Stamp Fairtex. Outside leg kick from Rassohyna. It looks like we're going to go down to the judges
10 seconds.
for this quarterfinal. Right hand doubles up, and its second one misses from Stamp. Rassohyna with the hook, spinning back fist just before the bell. Stamp!
Well, you could see the emotion on the faces of both women.
Two knockouts, one rear naked choke. But it's been a 3-year hiatus for Srisen. Will there be signs of ring rust? Does Stamp even give her time to settle here? Looping punches early on from Srisen. Stamp Fairtex, the one atomweight Muay Thai world champion. Former one atomweight kickboxing world champion. Looking to become a 3-sport world champion. So far undefeated 4-0 in Muay Thai. There's the Thai clinch of the knees from Stamp Fairtex. 2 knockouts, 1 submission in mixed martial arts so far. Knees from Srisen, but Stamp's knees have the power. Look at the way she digs that point of the knee into the breadbasket of Srisen. All scoring stuff there from Stamp Fairtex. Beautiful clinch around the back of the neck. Controlling the neck, you control the head, you control the body in the clinch. It's Muay Thai 101 here from Stamp Fairtex, Mitch.
Yes, Sunisa's got to try to swim in and kind of get a better position because Stamp could hold this clinch all match long. That's it. Sunisa's got to start doing something. She wants to be in this clinch. She's a judo brown belt, so she does have hip throws and trips to try to get this match to the ground. It's kind of a bad spot for her to be in. But looks like she could be giving up the back here if Stamp sneaks around. She's got that headlock position.
Only Bi Nguyen has taken Stamp Fairtex the distance in mixed martial arts. The other 3 opponents have been finished in a combined time of under 17 minutes. The quickest being Rassohyna, who she knocked out with a head kick in just 19 seconds. Referee Nick Chapman keeping a close eye on proceedings, making sure that Srisen does not grab that rope. And now he moves them away from the ropes. 2:50 remains, first round set for 3 by 5. Stamp Fairtex, Sunisa Srisen, who's beaten Audrey Laura Boniface on her pro debut, TKO'd her with punches. Wilasini Gomholm choked her out in the first round, and Funsa Sword, who she TKO'd with punches.
Go guys, action, come on.
A lot of people expected a hard, aggressive start from Srisen, maybe trying to catch Stamp Fairtex cold. We haven't seen that so far, though, Dragon, from Sunisa Srisen.
Yeah, she really hasn't attempted a takedown. She was inside that clinch. She didn't really even attempt any trips. Stamp's very patient here in this opening round. She's just trying to find her distance, blocking some stuff. You can see her going for leg kicks and body kicks. I'd suspect she might be going head hunting if this match reaches the later minutes, but she's devastating inside that clinch. Sunisa's got to do something about that clinch, man. She's getting tore up.
And now Stamp takes her down. Now they're on the ground. The knees and the clinch were just ripping into the midsection of Sunisa Srisen, and the elbows were starting to come into play. Let's see what Sunisa can do off her back here. Stamp Fairtex inside control. Nicely
she's got to let
done.
go of that headlock. Stamp's going to end up mounting her here if she doesn't let go of that headlock and start to hip escape. Try to work her way back up to her feet. Look at Stamp cutting the back. She's going to take the back. All she's got to do is get that head off, and she might be able to either pound her out or she might look for a rear naked choke.
Is Stamp Fairtex going to go 5-0 in mixed martial arts tonight? Has the back, reins in the knuckles to the face of Sunisa Srisen. Srisen nowhere to go, and referee... Todd, a Pan-American Muay Thai champion. Stamp Fairtex, a world kickboxing champion. Both ladies just dipping their toes in the proverbial water early on, seeing what each other has to offer. We know in the clinch that Stamp's dumps are tremendous. She locks her leg, tries to counter off the right. And referee Onari keeps it clean.
Go!
Janet Todd, what does she have in her bag of tricks? The 33-year-old from Los Angeles, California. 21-year-old from Thailand, Stamp Fairtex checks the low kick. Straight right hand down the center corridor. Janet Todd has never competed with 4-ounce gloves before. How will she handle the power when those gloves land to the jaw? Probing with the lead hand, goes to the inside thigh, checks the low kick, does Todd. Catch and counter there from Stamp Fairtex.
Go!
It's Muay Thai rules, so referee Onari should not be cautioning Stamp right there. She's allowed to catch and counter all night long. Jabs here from Janet Todd, tucking the chin, looking through her brow. A very patient contest so far from these two martial artists.
They're just taking that time, feeling that process out, but I like the way Janet Todd is moving forward. She's initiating a lot of the exchanges, but Stamp is able to come right through the middle when she catches that body kick, and she's really found her range with those punches.
Jab two, nicely done there from Janet Todd. Just applied a little pressure around the nose of Stamp. Stamp checks the low kick, Todd goes upstairs again. Counter right hand there from Stamp Fairtex. World's kickboxing champion left of screen. The Pan American Muay Thai champion right of screen. Cuts off Stamp's movement, nicely done there from Todd. Jab overhand right, doubles up in the right hand to Stamp Fairtex. Now they clinch a chart for the knees. Stamp will try and ragdoll her here. Gut-munching knees from the Thai. And referee Onari calls break. 5 rounds, 3 minutes apiece for the World Muay Thai Championship. Double jab from Todd, no right hand for company. Back against the ropes here, high kick from Todd, counter right hand! Todd takes the punishment! Stamp Fairtex, a succession of right hands!
And that's what's really making the difference here, is that catch and counter. She caught the head kick and then delivered 4 unanswered blows right down the middle.
And counters from Stamp Fairtex. It's proving the undoing of Janet Todd. Controlling center ring, jabs out. Stamp thrusts the right hand, outside leg kick from Janet Todd. Stamp feints. Todd keeping her guard very high. Good check to the inside leg kick from the American. Goes to the outside thigh of Stamp, doubles up on it. Fairtex leads him with the right hand. They clinch up now, a little tango against the ropes. Knee from Janet Todd.
Stop!
Knees from Fairtex, nothing scoring with any point making.
Go!
And referee Onari breaks them. Let's see if Stamp gets up center ring here. Janet probing with the lead hand. The project armbands around the biceps of Janet Todd, all part of the very superstitious Muay Thai ritual. Usually those armbands are blessed by a Buddhist monk. A tradition that dates back around 2,000 years, a very old martial art, Muay Thai. Outside leg kick from Janet Todd, that'll score for her. We really haven't seen Stamp Fairtex wind up her incredible power yet. I dare say, though, it is coming soon. There's the right hand from Stamp Fairtex. There's another right from the Thai. And she rattles in her knee. They twist and waltz in center ring. And referee Onari breaks them.
Go!
At least the first 90 seconds, Janet Todd has been a lot more active with this round. She's been putting the pressure on, utilizing those hands in better combinations. And she's not throwing the body kicks as well. So that's not giving Stamp the ability to catch that kick and throw that right hand.
Evasion there from Fairtex. Stamp throws the right hand down the center corridor. You can't just throw the one shots here, though. When you throw the right, you've got to cut underneath with the legs. Bring the left hook over the top for company.
Like the adjustment that they made in between that first and second round. Obviously, it was very clear that the corners said to Janet Todd, do not throw that right body kick anymore.
They clinch up center of the ring. Stamp Fairtex may look to dump Janet Todd here. Todd gets off a knee. Referee breaks it.
Go!
Stamp Fairtex, kickboxing world champion, one of 120 martial arts world champions on our 500-plus athlete roster here at One Championship. Jab 2 there from Stamp Fairtex. Jab 2 again, smack bang to the kisser. Power-packed punch there from Stamp Fairtex. Maybe the hardest punch of the contest so far.
You can see that Janet Todd's face is starting to get touched up from that right hand of Stamp Fairtex.
Haven't really seen Stamp's roundhouse kicks come into the body and the head of Janet Todd yet, as they did when she won the world title.
In the third, and then let everything go in the fourth. And usually they taper off in the fifth if they haven't won. But right now, Stamp's not letting it go. This is a boxing match with knees at this point.
Nice knee there from Stamp Fairtex to the upper rib cage. There's a gut muncher from Janet Todd. A real tussle. Referee Onari breaks them. The atomweight Muay Thai world title on the line. Janet Todd, a Pan American champion. Stamp Fairtex, a world kickboxing champion. Stamp leads in with the right hand, downward elbow, crossing elbow from Stamp Fairtex. Both ladies cracking away to the chin. Now the knee trade. A knee guard there from Todd.
Janet Todd's able to get off some of these elbows when Stamp's initiating that clinch. I like that change of strategy, but we're also not seeing the dumps that we saw in Stamp Fairtex's match with Tai Chi Chuang. She's not utilizing the dumps because she's not getting that forward pressure from Janet Todd. Janet Todd's not rushing forward, so Stamp doesn't have that momentum to twist and torque Janet Todd.
Stamp Fairtex dumped Kai Ting Chuang all night long in their world title matchup in Bangkok. Haven't seen a dump though here from the world's kickboxing champion against the Pan American Muay Thai champion Janet Todd. Todd thrusts out a jab. Little damage under the right eye of the American from Los Angeles, California. Haven't also seen Stamp Fairtex really wind up those roundhouse kicks. It's been mostly a boxing match from the world's kickboxing champion. Little graze, little cut maybe under the left eye, I should say the right eye of Stamp Fairtex. Circles off to the power side of Janet Todd. Todd turns her, walks to center ring. Arms up high, turned outwards. Nice right hand there from Stamp Fairtex. There's the first dump from the world kickboxing champion.
Michael, you gotta wonder, maybe something's wrong with the feet, because this is a complete weapon that is absolutely missing from Stamp Fairtex. Last time we saw her, she threw that right kick over and over again to the body, legs, and head of Tai Chi Chuang, but here, she's rarely thrown it at all.
Checks the low kick to Fairtex, shoots the jab over the top. She's had one dump here in the third round. Are we gonna see more? Roundhouse kick to the waist there from Stamp Fairtex.
There's one.
Nice counter right hand after the jab too from Janet Todd. Fell short. Todd got to use plenty of head movement, keeps the lead leg very light. Now the reason for keeping the lead leg so light in Muay Thai, it's twofold. One, you want to be able to check the low kicks. Two, you want to be able to fire out your teep kick, your front kick to keep your opponent at bay. Jab two, kangaroo from Stamp Fairtex. Outside leg kick, Janet Todd checks it. Fairtex. Left roundhouse getting martial arts champions on our roster. Jab too early on from Stamp. Outside leg kick from Todd. Stamp with the right hand between the eyes. Janet Todd's got to lift her work rate. Got to start putting down some points. Landing some telling salvos on Stamp Fairtex. Stamp leads in with an overhand elbow. Moves to a clinch. Nice work from the top. Fairtex. Will we see her wind up those roundhouse kicks off the back leg? The ones she used to break down Kai Ting Chuang when she won the atomweight kickboxing world strap.
Janet Todd's got good reaction time. A nice little sweep there. I like the leg kicks of Janet Todd. She just took out the foot there of Stamp Fairtex. The leg kicks are working.
Fairtex backs her up with a right hand. Checks the low kick, moves in for the grapple, charge for the knees, throws it to the left waist section. The crunch at armband flying off the right biceps of Janet Todd. They'll take it out of the ring. Todd jabbing to the outside leg kick. Fairtex studying, looking for an opening in the armor of the American. Low kick to the quadriceps there, to that common peroneal nerve about 4 fingers breadth above the knee. It's where Muay Thai combatants kick over and over again to deaden an opponent's leg. As we said earlier, we haven't seen the usual kicking arsenal from Stamp Fairtex tonight. What we have seen is a lot more boxing. And there's another right hand between the eyes of Janet Todd. Jab 2 from Fairtex. Wants to cut under with the right leg. And now it's Todd's turn to go to work. Evades the roundhouse kick. The world kickboxing champion, another jab 2. That combination is bread and butter for the Thai. Now clinches up. And she throws the knees on the inside, puts a knee guard on. And referee Onari breaks them. 40 seconds to go, Mitch, 4th of 5.
You can see the swelling right above the left eye of Janet Todd. It's from that right hand that lands over and over again from Stamp Fairtex. You see a different Stamp Fairtex than we saw in her first title bout. We're not seeing the kicks as much, and we're not seeing the dancing. You can see when she's dancing, she's having fun out there. That's her confidence. That's how good Janet Todd is performing in this matchup, because she is, Stamp doesn't have that same sort of swagger.
A cerebral performance from Janet Todd so far. You saw her put on the knee guard moments ago. Here come the knees again from Stamp Fairtex. Trick takedown, nicely done from Stamp Fairtex. Dump number 2 from Stamp. Room for error. These gloves will hurt you. Big right hand to open up proceedings for Stamp Fairtex. Jab from Todd. Checks the low kick. You sense a little more urgency now about the American Janet Todd. Jab 2 to a left hook, good 3-punch combination. Fairtex goes downstairs.
Now Janet's starting to put hands on Stamp Fairtex, piecing her up. I like it.
Double right hand, nicely done there from Fairtex. High guard here from Janet Todd, swelling around the left eye. Double jab, high kick, tried for the headache maker. Stamp ties her up, knee guard from Todd. Stamp tries to dump her, but the ropes held up the American champion.
That's what Todd needs to do, wrap that shin around the head of Stamp Fairtex. She needs to sleep her, she needs to knock her out at this point. Good, Janet Todd putting those punches together.
2 jabs from Janet Todd. Stamp Fairtex does a quick count of her teeth. Another knee guard, and Fairtex dumps her. 3rd dump of the contest for Stamp Fairtex. Now, while they necessarily won't score, it's certainly not a knockdown if you're only watching Muay Thai for the first time, but psychologically it means that Janet Todd has to pick herself up off the canvas every time she gets dumped. There's a straight right hand from Stamp Fairtex. Jab 2 from Todd. Crushing elbow from Fairtex. Now we're seeing the aggressor meter turn up. It's all hands and elbows. A clipping left hook from Todd. A 2-punch combination from the American. This is more like it from Janet Todd. She pulls the head down, tries to thread the knee.
Those hands are starting to work. You can see Stamp Fairtex has let off the gas a little bit, and Janet Todd is starting to come back. She's landing with that jab. I like that left hand from Janet Todd. I want to see more of that.
Front kick from Todd to a turning left hand. Stamp Fairtex is blowing heavy, folks. Stamp Fairtex breathing through an open mouth. It's never a good sign. And Todd probing with the lead hand. Nice left hook there from Janet. Just needed a little more start behind it. But in this 5th round, she's had more punch than a high school prom. Sticks out the teeth kick. Stamp tries to sweep out the supporting leg. Jab from Stamp backs her up too late. That was power laden from the world kickboxing champion. And another one from Stamp Fairtex. Will she go 3 in a row? She settles for a hook. But Stamp's backing herself in the corner. And Janet Todd lets flurry. Toe-to-toe for a moment. Stamp Fairtex drew the short straw. Front kick from Todd. Final seconds. Is there one big salvo left? We're going down to the judges in Singapore. Who's going to win? Who's going to take home championship gold? Wherever you're watching,
Stamp Fairtex!
of Stamp Fairtex in these 4-ounce gloves. There is no margin for error. Superb Thai technique on Alma Juniku.
And the bright lights do not seem to get into Alma Juniku. She seems very calm, very relaxed, excited to be in there.
And Alma's competed in China here before. She knows what it's about, a two-time world champion. Stamp Fairtex's first time in China. Has won on the road before, of course. She won in Singapore against Todd. Outside leg kick from Juniku. The Australian in the pink trunks. The Thai in the black and white. High kick to a right hand there from Stamp Fairtex.
It's a very long, high guard from Juniku. Let's see how she uses, like, her body's almost curled away so she can avoid those body kicks.
In her one Super Series career so far, Stamp Fairtex has not competed against anyone as well credentialed as Alma Juniku.
She's just 18, Michael. She's so young. She's got so much road ahead of her.
So
Nice
too
check.
Stamp Fairtex, only 21 years old.
Go!
Jab there from Alma. Scott Moss giving her instructions in her corner. Prem Fairtex in the corner of Stamp. Patient start from both these women. Front kick from Alma. Counter right roundhouse kick there from the champion, Stamp Fairtex.
Beautiful evasion there, the push kick to land a body kick by Stamp Fairtex.
Jab two and a roundhouse kick tucks it under the left arm of Alma Juniku.
Almost got to be a little bit more aggressive. She can't let Stamp get off like this.
Some Australians in the audience here tonight at the Compilation Arena. The chants go up. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi.
Go!
High guards from both of these ladies. Very long legs on Alma Juniku. From Queensland, Australia, up north. Nice threading knee there from Stamp Fairtex. Referee Atsushi Onari calls for
Alma does have about a 6-centimeter height advantage, and it looks like it's all in her legs.
Now you are allowed to grapple to clinch under these Muay Thai rules, but while in the clinch, you've got to stay busy. 3 judges ringside are scoring on a 10-point must system. Give the winner of the round 10 points, the less dominant boxer gets 9 points. So wherever you're watching in 140 countries plus around the world, get out your notepad and pen. Give someone 10. Over 130 martial arts world champions on the one championship roster. You're seeing 2 of them in the ring right now. Fairtex cracks away to the upper right ribs. Looking for a sweet takedown there was Alma Juniku.
Go!
Juniku's heritage from Albania. Stamp Fairtex, who grew up in rural Thailand. A real rags to riches story. Nice jab too there from Juniku.
Jab of Juniku. It's really finding a home on the chin of Fairtex.
Kick to the outside lead thigh from Stamp Fairtex. Front kick to the midsection from Juniku. Right hand lead to an outside leg kick, tenderizing that quadriceps area is the champion, Fairtex. Jab 2, kangaroo from the Australian. They clinch up center of the ring. Knee there, threading nicely from Juniku. And referee Onari calls break.
Go!
Juniku's handling herself very well inside that clinch. She's got her body position down. She's avoiding all the dumps and stamps.
Nicely done from Alma Juniku.
That's the second time that Stamp's been put down on her butt by catching that leg kick and throwing those hands.
Checks the inside leg kick, Juniku. Look how tight and high the guard is on Alma Juniku. Her corner telling her keep the gloves up. Stamp looks for the counter right hand, throws a roundhouse kick off the back leg. 110 remains, second round of 5. Main event here tonight, Muay Thai world title on the line. Roundhouse kick to the waist there from the champion, Stamp Fairtex.
At least in the first 2 rounds, we're not seeing a lot of counter striking. We're seeing whoever goes first, they're the one that's scoring.
You know that Stamp and the entire crew at Team Fairtex have studied a lot of footage of Alma Juniku. Tremendous respect shown for the talent, the technique, the strategy of Juniku and her coach Scott Moss. Usually we do see Stamp open up very heavy on her opponents, not so tonight, a more cerebral contest. Just seeing if she can spot a chink in the Australian's armour. jab from Juniku, no right hand for company. Gets off the ropes to Fairtex.
Good parry there from Stamp Fairtex.
Counter right hand from Fairtex, goes to the outside thigh. Clinch now from Juniku, threads a knee up to the right rib cage. Elbow from Stamp Fairtex, uppercut elbow from Fairtex. Second round, almost in the books here. We're going into Bishop Legendary Quest's main event. And now I get the feeling we may see the aggressor meter rise. We may see the mercury, the intensity rise. Third round of 5.
You have to see them turn it up right now. Nice jab landed by Juniku. Let's see if she can put together some jabs. Nice
Counter right hand from Juniku. Trying to backstab into the corner. Cross across the face there from Stamp Fairtex.
That little turn that she's doing right there inside the clinch is really controlling Stamp very well. She's not going face to face. She's not going chest to chest with Stamp Fairtex. She's angling her body, and Stamp's not able to turn and dump her.
On the inside, Alma Juniku looking confident. Good knee to the breadbasket there from Stamp Fairtex. Alma negates them, glances over to her corner. Scott Moss giving instructions. Dances back to centering the Australian. Sticks a jab in the face. There's a right hand. Nicely done from Juniku. Jab from Juniku. No right hand on that occasion. Stamp's got to pick up the pace here. There's a right hand from Fairtex.
That jab's working for Juniku. Like to see her follow up with a little bit of kicks. That's what she's usually doing. She's just falling into the hands.
Look up at the big screen to see how much time's remaining. Just past the halfway point of this third of 5. Outside leg kick from the Australian. Jab Juniku, right cross counter there from Stamp Fairtex.
Called Juniku a phenom, and she's got experience well beyond her years. A phenom might be the perfect description of this young lady.
18 years old, 2-time world champion. Against another 2-time world champion. Watch the head back of Stamp Fairtex. How about that?
That's 2 beautiful right hands landed by Fairtex there. You start to see the snarl develop on the face of Fairtex. She's starting to throw heat behind those punches.
Thought about the jab, but did Fairtex. Juniku stepped up the jab. Ratchet armbands around the biceps of Juniku. Spinning back elbow from the Aussie. Knees in succession from the time. And referee, oh no, he breaks them.
She set that up. She faked the push kick. She went for the spinning back elbow.
Crossing elbow from Juniku. Stamp turns her around nicely. Knee from Juniku. Puts on the knee guard to Stamp Fairtex. Good defense. Final 10 seconds. Been some fantastic periods, especially for Alma Juniku in this round. Skips forward the Australian and Fairtex of Thailand. Double right hands from Fairtex.
Nice right hand landed again by Juniku.
Fairtex has also made no secret she'd like to become a 3-sport world champion. She'd like to vie for a mixed martial arts world championship somewhere down the line. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Nice.
Meanwhile, though, she's got her hands very full with Alma Juniku tonight.
She's going to have to lean on that world championship experience right now. She's going to have to turn it up.
Ready, go!
Juniku goes for the lead leg. Counter there from Fairtex. Roundhouse kick and a clipping right. There's a stinging lead hand from Stamp Fairtex. Goes down to the breadbasket. Fake from Alma, rocks the head back with a jab. Overhand right, ground kick from Stamp. Scott Moss saying, staying tight with Stamp Fairtex. Keeping close, work the elbows, work the hands. Alma comes over the top with the right elbow.
Forward pressure by Juniku to keep Stamp inside that corner. Stamp's got to circle out. She can't allow Juniku to pressure up against that corner and keep her there.
Counter right hand from Stamp Fairtex. Outside leg kick, counter right again from Fairtex. Fairtex got to get off the ropes here. They are throwing single shots. I'd like to see some more combinations, particularly from Stamp Fairtex. When we've seen her get on song with that right hand in succession, she can be devastating.
Looks like Stamp's fighting with just a pure emotion right now. She's kind of abandoned a lot of her techniques. She's just swinging for the fences.
Alma trying to keep her against the ropes and maybe move her to one of the corners. Low check from Stamp in her right hand. Still though, Alma Juniku controlling center ring. Stamp content to stay on the outside. Had a chance to move forward then, drifts off to her right, counterclockwise. Now goes to her left into the power side of Juniku.
Stamp's starting to land though. She's trying to find some success with those hands.
30 remaining, 4 for 5. They clinch up a chart for the knees, and referee, oh no, he breaks them. Very tight contest between two world champions. 4 world championship belts between them.
Good evasion there from the right hand by Juniku. Nice jab by Stamp.
The corner of Alma Juniku saying, go Alma, she's tough, she presents it. The biggest set of credentials that Stamp has faced in her career, yet it's proving that here tonight in the ring.
I underestimated her. I took her age into consideration. I thought Stamp would run away with this, but Juniku is right there. Look at her control in the center ring, pushing forward. Hasn't Stamp on the back foot. How often have we seen Stamp on the back foot?
And Stamp needs to do her name. She needs to stamp her authority, stamp her place. Again with Juniku. Juniku backs her up again into the corner. Not where Stamp Fairtex wants to be.
Go!
If Alma Juniku gets the win tonight, at 18 years old, she'll be the youngest world champion in one history. Younger than Christian Lee, younger than Angela Lee. Such an historical context for this one. And this is Stamp Fairtex's first ever title defense of her Muay Thai crown.
Stamp's got to circle out. Now she's back into center cage, or center ring. She's got to push forward. She's got a minute and a half here, 100 seconds to do work.
Australia has never had a one Super Series world champion. Thailand has had a number of them. They've been the dominant country in one Super Series. In kickboxing and Muay Thai. 80 seconds now remains.
Nice overhand right landed by Juniku.
Here's Scott Moss saying you're in it to win it. Let's go, Alma Juniku.
Go!
Stamp Fairtex continually on the outside. Not coming off those ropes. Now she does with a flurry, but then she drifts backwards.
That right hand landed there to end that combination. That was a 3-piece combination, and it finished with a nice little surprise.
Mitch, you know what we're also not seeing from Stamp are the roundhouse kicks. It's all boxing from Stamp Fairtex. Where are the round kicks to the legs? Where's the round kick we know she has to the head? It's just not there from the champion.
It's all hands. You gotta wonder, is something wrong with her legs? Is something wrong with her foot?
It's not the Stamp Fairtex we've come to know. Is there an issue with Stamp, or is Alma Juniku simply, methodically picking her apart?
Stamp's landing in this round right here, so I mean this is a very close matchup right now. It could have been 2-2, and Stamp is finding a lot of success.
Like it from Stamp Fairtex. And she lands again.
Juniku's not putting the pedal to the metal here. She's kind of giving Stamp a little bit of a break here.
Stamp has scored some very good points in the dying stages. It's going to go down to the judges. It's going to be raised.
Stamp Fairtex!
Jihin immediately comes out, takes center circle, tries to put Stamp on her back foot, but there comes those kicks that Rich was talking about. Nice little hand combinations on the inside. She shoots in for a double leg. Good sprawl from Stamp, showcasing defense with that whizzer on her right side, trying to pull up Jihin, not let her get underneath those hips.
Radzuan with this early takedown attempt.
Good takedown defense by Stamp right there. She's already starting to make her frame here on the clinch, but you can see Jihin strong in the clinch here, pushing Stamp against the cage like this.
Stamp with her back against the cage, trying to escape, throwing knees to the body of Jihin.
Yeah, I like Jihin keeping that pressure, keeping things nice and tight so Stamp can't utilize the clinch and start throwing those elbows. She's really good at that, especially with the redirections inside the clinch to create the space, and then she'll find time to throw those elbows. So it's really smart for Jihin to stay nice and tight, start looking for those trips, and start chaining these takedowns together. If one doesn't work for her, she has to have a plan B.
Still trying to take her down against the fence here. Opening round, the bout judged as a whole, 3 5-minute rounds in this MMA bout.
For this match, Jihin did a lot of grappling. You can tell by her ears that she has been putting time in on the mats, Rich.
Absolutely. I tell you though, I like what Stamp's doing here, framing. Jihin initially was really working, in this clinch, able to use her head to maintain position. But here, Stamp was able to push her head away, and that's how Jihin ended up losing this takedown on the way down, trying to commit to that. Stamp ends up on the mount here.
The top position here for Stamp. 2 minutes into this opening round, Jihin tried to escape.
Yeah, Jihin's got to scramble. Good job to create space with the hips, get back into half guard. She's got the underhook on the right side. She's got to stay off her back. She's going to use it to get back up, take the back of Stamp. Beautiful back take right there from Jihin. The Shadow Cat's moving well early on. Nice defense.
What a great scramble by Stamp there. You can see that once she defended that takedown, she actually landed a knee on the exit of that thing, and it led to 2 more knees on the ground.
Yeah, she isn't just trying to defend. She's trying to have offense in that defense by utilizing those knees and those short-range elbows. But Jihin's being relentless on this takedown attempt. Has her hands locked. Stamp could go for a ride right here. Man, the balance of Stamp is tremendous. But Jihin's able to muscle her down to the ground. Let's see if Jihin can work her way into a more dominant position.
We knew this would be the game from Jihin. Try to take this thing to the canvas.
Stamp looking for that switch there.
Stamp's got good defensive wrestling. The way she's keeping her back up against the wall, so she's not going to go flat under her back, so she can work her way back up. Jihin needs to turn her off of the cage and try to get her back onto the floor. Stamp needs to keep her back there so she can work her way back up. She has to try to pull one of those legs out or create separation in her legs, so the grip starts to break with Jihin. You can see Stamp Fairtex is reaching in between the leg there of Jihin so she can hit that switch and so she can create a little bit of movement, but Jihin's keeping her legs nice and tight. She might try to triangle the legs here. She's going to try to put her legs around the legs of Stamp Fairtex so she can get a more dominant position.
She's going to have trouble, though, because that grip that she has around Stamp's legs is just low. There you go. And that's what Jihin needs to be doing, is lifting her and pulling her out away from the cage, like you mentioned earlier, Mitch.
It's good awareness of Stamp, though, to keep this position and keep herself safe. But she's got to do a little bit more movement, because Jihin's going to make these minute little adjustments. There you go. If she keeps punching, she's going to be able to try to find that space and try to get one of her legs free. If she wants to get up, she has to remove one of her legs or at least break the grip of Jihin. This is a strong position for Jihin to be in, or at least ride out the rest of this round.
Elbows to the top of the head of Jihin.
So you can see she's trying to triangle the legs and trap the legs in between hers.
30 seconds to go, round 1.
See, now Stamp has the break. Now she's got separation. She might be able to work her way back up onto her feet.
She eats a couple of bites on the way up, but she does get to her feet to Stamp Fairtex.
You know, that was a stand-up that was like 90 seconds in the making the whole way through.
And she comes out with a heavy right followed by a stiff jab inside the final 10 seconds. Fairtex gets to her feet and starts swinging to close round 1.
Offense. You can't just play on defense. You can't lean on that. So she has to create some offense here. She has to be attacking. Even if she's on the bottom, she has to be firing. I know she wants to be safe and defend, but look at that. Nice little touches there by Jihin.
Missed with the first left hook and then found the range to the face of Stamp.
Trading leg
Yes.
It's
And
a
then a
nice little
straight
touch there
right.
by Stamp.
For good measure from Stamp, then another.
That lead hook of Jihin's doing good work. Because you can see how low Stamp carries her right hand, right? She keeps it cocked and loaded, ready to just fire it. But Jihin with this pressure is moving forward, but she's getting touched on the entry now. Stamp going to the body.
Straight right to the body, and then that jab of the face of Jihin.
You can see the little snarl that develops on Stamp's face, how she gets focused and intense as she starts to let go of some of these strikes.
Yeah.
Nice left hand there, again landed by Jihin.
Stamp with back-to-back
Great
overhand
defense.
rights.
What a sprawl by Stamp Fairtex.
The Jihin's doing her best work when she's moving forward because it doesn't allow Stamp to just get into that timing and keeping her at range with the combinations. You see there, moving forward, caught Stamp on the way in.
Oh, she hurt her with that right hand.
There, coming in.
Oh, she jumps around, takes the back, has the arm trapped.
It's a bad position for Jihin.
Jihin in trouble.
She only has one arm to defend this choke.
Look at that, Stamp Fairtex has the arm trapped with her legs. Jihin's able to get it free. Jihin's comfortable here. She spent a lot of time grappling. She's got some high-level jiu-jitsu experience, but Stamp stuck it under the chin. Jihin's got to defend. She's got to peel that arm off of her head. It's getting tighter.
Stamp.
Oh, great job by Jihin to peel off the top hand.
She doesn't have the rear naked all the way in. Stamp, if she wants to be able to finish this, needs to go to a short choke there. Start applying that pressure with the forearm to her back. I would switch to a gable grip here and use the forearm on the back on this short choke, but Jihin's doing a good job of defending this choke all the way around.
Jihin has to defend the right arm of Stamp Fairtex, and then she can peel off the left arm, which was underneath the throat. Now she's got two hands on one, and she can work to spin into the guard or create a little bit of movement here as Stamp Fairtex has her back. Good defense from Jihin. She's comfortable in this position. But Stamp Fairtex is dangerous on her back. We've seen that. Good job working herself underneath the chin.
2 minutes to go here in round 2 of 3.
Stamp's a bit high. She has to get a little bit lower if she wants to create a little bit better angle. But there it is. She's got the body triangle now.
I don't like the way she's got that lock, though. It's high on the foot, and that's going to put stress on her ankle.
But it's up against the fence, so Jihin can't really put pressure on that side to create the separation. She can only go to the knee side, which she did just there, and Stamp's going to be able to adjust that body triangle. See how she's inching it, trying to push that foot in deeper into the lock? Jihin has to put her body onto the foot side of that lock. She can't go into the knee side. But the wall is preventing her from doing so.
Stamp with a barrage of lefts to the face of Jihin. Not doing a whole lot of damage.
It's adding up on the scorecards, that's for sure.
Yep.
Not only is she in one of the most dominant positions you can be in, but she's scoring, not only just trying to choke, but she's doing damage as well. There's Jihin trying to turn. Let's see if she can get around.
Final minute, second round. Jihin trying to turn the tide here.
Stamp could transition to a possible armbar, but I don't think she's going to have that right angle.
Yeah, she's
going to have to try to get her left leg over the head of Jihin, and Jihin is trying to smother her, close down any offense coming from Stamp. Looks like Jihin's safe. She's going to spin into the guard here, try to ride out these last 30 seconds. Dangerous position that Jihin just survived.
Interesting here, the Stamp's holding on to the body triangle.
Yeah, she should let it go and start to do work.
20 seconds in round 2. The number 1 contender, Stamp. The number 5 contender, Radzuan.
Don't forget to take into account here the Stamp trying to work in that choke. You don't know how hard she was squeezing on those various chokes. And that could wear the forearms out, you know. Oftentimes when you see an athlete holding onto a position like this triangle,
Good back and forth action. Jihin's trying to keep her boxing nice and tight, but she got caught.
She got caught. She's on her back. And now a barrage from Stamp Fairtex.
this is what we talked about. Jihin standing in front of her rather than pressuring forward into that clinch.
Heavy elbows, Jihin bleeding from the mouth.
Big shot by the #1 contender as she's got Jihin Radzuan on her back, dropping elbows.
Absolutely hammering away at Jihin, trying to survive here with 4:14 left in the third round.
Big elbows coming from Stamp. Jihin's trying to keep her close. She's got double underhooks pulling her in, just trying to regain her senses. She knows that she's not supposed to just keep her back flat on the mat, and she's supposed to angle off and get her side onto the mat and get a little bit of movement going on. But I think she's just trying to recover here from that big shot and those elbows that came down from the guard of Stamp.
Yeah, Jihin's too experienced of a grappler to just grab hold of Stamp like that. She's obviously doing this to eliminate any kind of space that Stamp can get for the strikes. Try to give herself enough time for recovery.
Stamp postured up, but that gave Jihin the opportunity to regain full guard, and now Stamp's looking to do ground and pound damage. Jihin's got her feet up on the hips. She's gonna look to do a little bit of attacking from the guard. You can see how high she gets into her guard, like she's putting her legs up near the armpits of Stamp so she can threaten with possible triangles and arm bars. But Stamp presses her against the wall so she's not able to create any movement, and Stamp can trap her there and drop elbows.
Yeah, I still don't like that pressure on Stamp's shoulder. If I was her or in her corner, I would be trying to clear Jihin's left leg there, which she's done.
Yeah, Jihin's probably looking for an arm bar. See how she's trying to trap the arm? She might choose to shove the arm down and look for a triangle, but you can see the angle that she's creating by going horizontal to Stamp. She's looking for the arm bar.
Square up the head. Square up the hips again. Square up the hips and elbows. Keep her head against the fence. Square up the hips and elbows.
Yeah, Jihin might try to push that head, circle her left leg over the face to get the arm bar, but she's right in Stamp Fairtex's corner, and they're guiding her step by step through this defense of this possible submission attempt coming from Jihin.
Square up the hips.
Jihin has 2 submission finishes off her back, both triangles, so she's very comfortable here. She knows what to do, but Stamp is just imposing her will on Jihin by keeping her smushed up against the wall.
Let's work.
Yeah, I would like to see
more activity.
I would like to see Stamp looking for the finish here, posturing up, breaking guard, looking to actually pass guard, just some sort of superior position. Because she's not going to finish the fight in this position.
Inside the final 2 minutes.
And keep in mind, Jihin's the kind of athlete that if you mess around too long in the guard like this, you make one little error, she will snap into a triangle or an armbar.
But the corner sees it. The corner sees what Jihin's trying to do, and they're guiding Stamp through it. They're saying, watch the armbar, be careful with it. Jihin transitions to the head control, and that just eliminates the posturing ability of Stamp. But Stamp still finds a way to create a little bit of space and then start dropping the elbows.
You see the damage to the mouth. 3 big elbows to the face. Radzuan.
Yep, there she goes. She's trying to throw it up. There's the armbar attempt. Oh, it's tight.
Here
See if Stamp can fight out of it.
Stamp in some trouble now. The tides have turned.
Oh, she's out. But Jihin's on top. What a scramble by Stamp. Stamp's going after her leg.
Stamp's going after a leg lock.
40 seconds remaining as the action picks up.
Look at Stamp Fairtex striking on the knee.
Stamp trying to lock it in.
This would be crazy if Stamp wins via knee.
Jihin able to wriggle free with some shots to the body of Stamp.
Stamp able to recover guard, get back into full guard, and stop that possible guard pass coming from Jihin Radzuan. Very tough. Jihin's not done yet.
10 seconds. Final 5 seconds of this very entertaining fight. Women's MMA on her back, Stamp, and that's it.
Stamp Fairtex!
pay close attention if Stamp does try to decide to shoot in on her.
Good check there from Stamp Fairtex. And a planter flag in the center of the circle here, Stamp Fairtex. Asha Roka looking for a chance to get on the inside and fire away with those hands. Catches the kicking leg, catches with the hands down, the knees from Asha Roka. High knee! Stamp Fairtex! Oohs and ahs from the crowd here in Bangkok.
Stamp able to connect on one of those knees inside the clinch. Roka's got to be careful.
They will go into a meltdown if Stamp Fairtex knocks out Asha Roka. Probing jab, inside thigh kick from Stamp. Roka circling away from the power side of the Kickboxing and Muay Thai world champion. One of over 140 martial arts world champions on the One Championship roster. Good leg kick there from Stamp Fairtex. No ground game so far. Roka biding her time. Jab to right hand there from the Indian boxer. Undefeated. Fakes here from Stamp Fairtex. Don't forget to follow One Championship across all social media. On YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. High knees and a right hand from Stamp! The crowd responds to a takedown from Stamp Fairtex!
Beautiful body lock takedown right now in side control. Roka's got to switch her hips. She's got to change and face Stamp and get onto her left side right now. You can see Stamp's got that side control, steps easily over into mount.
Full mount for Stamp Fairtex. She tries to bust it up and work the ground and pound. Here comes Fairtex. This crowd going bananas. The full mount for Stamp Fairtex. Measures her with the ground and pound.
Roka's trying to exit out the back door, trying to lace those legs around. She might be able to slide out the back here. That she does, but Stamp transition still maintaining side control.
And mounts her for a second time. Asha Roka on her back. 2 minutes remaining. First round. It's all Stamp Fairtex at the moment. Controlling Stamp's posture, not allowing the two-sport world champion to posture up and land the ground and pound. Is she going to give it back? No. Stamp still has the mount. There's a hammer-fist drop. And again, wraps the hands around the back of the head. Pulls Stamp Fairtex down towards her chest.
You can see a little bit of inexperience on the ground here from Roka. Well, she's got to try to let go of that head, start pushing down on the legs, or at least start bucking the hips up like that. Just to create a little bit of space in that movement, but you can see how Stamp's got her legs grapevine around the legs of Roka, and she's applying that pressure with her hips. Gonna be very hard for Roka to bump out of that.
Stamp Fairtex wants to send a message to the atomweight division in mixed martial arts here at One Championship. She's the queen of kickboxing, the queen of Muay Thai, and her aim is simple. She says, I want to be a three-sport world champion. She postures up again. Show the elbow! The elbow! Can she get it? Can she take home the arm of the boxer? No, not quite yet. A guillotine, a knee, another knee.
There's the choke. Choose to let it go. Roka gift wrapped that armbar for Stamp Fairtex right there.
Fairtex in positions we've never seen her in before. Stamp Fairtex mounts her once more. Asha Roka has been mounted more times than a pommel horse. Downward elbows there from Stamp Fairtex. Ground and pound from Fairtex. Roka with no place to go. Gives up her back. Fairtex hammering away. Can Roka see out the round? She does indeed. It's all one-way track. Dominated on the ground in the opening round was the Indian. Jab from Roka, edging away on the inside here. There's the right hand, didn't have the distance. Tries to counter the leg kick. The intensity in the eyes of Stamp Fairtex tonight. She takes a solid right hand and the power's back. The chance brings up Stamp, Stamp, Stamp inside the sold-out Impact Arena.
As dominant as Stamp was in those grappling exchanges, I would expect her to shooting for a takedown here pretty soon, but you know just how comfortable she is on the feet. And she seems to be reading Roka pretty well.
Stamp smiles at the lady they call the Knockout Queen.
But Roka is able to connect on some of these punches, and this is a little glove, so she's got to be careful.
Stamp Fairtex. A full 5-minute first round. As I said earlier, she's used to 3-minute rounds in kickboxing and Muay Thai. To change up the training, the cardio, the fitness levels. Stamp biding her time. Roka powers through the right hand on the knee. The roundhouse kick, right hand from Stamp Fairtex, backs off the Knockout Queen. Roka resets. How does she get on the inside of Fairtex, laying the hand to try to tag her on the button?
Then she's got to start circling out. She's got to get in, throw those hands, and then she's got to move out. She can't stand there because that's when Fairtex is able to lock up that clinch and start doing damage with the knees. And Stamp tries to go shin to chin.
Oh, left hook right hand from Stamp Fairtex. The old 3-2. A classic boxing combination against the boxing champion. Roka tucking her chin. Fairtex looks for the inside lead thumb. Good right hand there from Stamp Fairtex. Jab 2 from Asha Roka. Stamp goes to the legs. One way to slow down the boxing of Roka is to take out her legs. Another big top-thumping leg kick from Stamp Fairtex. The Muay Thai and kickboxing world champion, showing all the weapons available to her. Cracks the leg again to Stamp Fairtex. They're going to take their toll on Roka, hitting that common peroneal nerve just above the lead knee of Roka. It's designed to get in the leg. Jab 2 from Roka. Left right from Roka. Stamp smiles at her. Patience here from Stamp Fairtex Dragon.
She's doing is touching up that inside leg, trying to earn some dividends here in that third round, because she just keeps touching that leg, because you can see this movement coming from Roka, just constantly circling to her right. Stamp doesn't really get too close with the range. All she's doing is touching up that leg. It's when Roka closes that distance and starts to flurry with the hands, that's when Stamp's able to answer. She's not too concerned too much with closing the distance or really changing her tactics here, just doing the lands.
30 seconds left.
Stamp Fairtex is the queen of kickboxing, the queen of Muay Thai. But the mixed martial arts queen of the atomweight division is Angela Lee. She'll be watching this one at the moment, Angela Lee.
Roka's got to be careful. She reached for some of those outside leg kicks and exposed the side of her head. Just like that, Stamp goes high.
Oh, look at the torque. Look at the pivot. As Stamp Fairtex thunders in these roundhouse kicks.
You start to see a little bit of that superficial damage on the thigh.
Jab 2 from Roka. That's a better start from the Indian. High knee, the Muay Thai quick from Stamp Fairtex. A barrage of knees from Stamp.
Stamp's gonna spin her to the left here. Yep, puts her on her back.
Oh, mounts her again! And she did it easily. Now can she posture up? You can see Asha Roka holding down the head, holding down the left arm, now holding both arms. Now they're both free. Elbow from Fairtex. Mounted her twice in the first round. Already here in the third and final round. Is Roka going to give up her back?
giving up that arm, though. See how she extends that arm when she's trying to push away from Stamp Fairtex? That arm might as well have a bow on it.
Elbow. Another one. Between the eyes of Asha Roka. Now she gives up her back. Stamp Fairtex softens her up. Roka with no place to go. Stamp's going to try and choke her out. Is it the beginning of the end? Roka trying to defend. Stamp Fairtex attached to her back. And a long time to go here. Plenty of time. But Stamp, oh yes! Oh yes! Oh yes! The submission! Champion has her sights set on becoming a world mixed martial arts champion. Puja Tomar will want to test her wushu striking against the Muay Thai of Stamp. Stamp has the height, has the reach. Puja Tomar's got to get off those side kicks and those rapid-fire hand combinations. Stamp taking her time, seeing what the Indian is made of, testing her mettle.
Stamp Fairtex predicts a head kick KO of Puja Tomar, and she's starting to set that up now, but that was a beautiful little catch. Redirect, puts Stamp Fairtex on her back, but she pops right back up. Puja Tomar needs to keep doing that. She needs to put Stamp down, make her work. Oh, she gives up her back as she tried to sweep right there. She tried to catch and sweep, but she gives up her back, and now Stamp is on her back looking for that rear naked choke.
Stamp Fairtex sinker southern Puja Tomar in the opening round. She wants to find the rear naked. Got the hooks in here, Stamp Fairtex. She'll work for it slowly.
Puja Tomar's got to defend that left arm of Stamp Fairtex. She can't let her get that arm out, because then she's going to be able to lace up the rear naked choke and apply that squeeze. Right now, the arm, the right arm of Stamp Fairtex is still on the chin, so it's not quite a choke yet. You can still squeeze on both sides of the artery and still finish, but that's a high-level choke. And I don't know if Stamp Fairtex has that type of capability, but if she keeps working on it, she could start to slowly inch that arm underneath the chin of Puja Tomar.
Stamp Fairtex trying to lock the figure four around the body to no avail though. This is the fourth mixed martial arts contest for Stamp Fairtex. She's 3-0. Puja Tomar comes in 4-3. The four-time national wushu champion still has the two-sport world champion on the back. Here comes Stamp! This crowd going bananas! Every time she lands something, they scream for Stamp Fairtex. Tries to flip her out like an Indian pancake. Stamp in control. Gonna get the full mount. Yes, she does. Drops the ground and power. Stamp Fairtex choosing her mark. Trying to open her up to land the right hand. Stamp taking her time. Showing tremendous composure.
Stamp was a little high in that mount and enabled Puja Tomar to squeak out the backside. Now she's attempting to work for that leg. Good defense so far by Stamp Fairtex as she able to sit up, posture up, grabs the back of the head. Watch those right hands start to come.
The evolution of Stamp Fairtex has been phenomenal over the last 18 months. Look at this again. Top position on Tomar, dropping the elbows from a vertical position. Spins around Stamp Fairtex. It's all one-way traffic. Takes her back again. It's definite. Stamp Fairtex, a house on fire. And Puja Tomar gets onto her back. Stamp Fairtex has her all tied up with no place to go. Taking the punishment. Gonna try and flatten her out again.
Hips wrapping a few submissions by extending those arms like that. She's got to create some kind of scrambles, because right now she's given a bad position after bad position.
Tomar not defending. Referee Olivia Cost straight on top of the action. Here comes Stamp trying to finish her. Is Olivia Cost going to stop it? Tomar not defending. Stamp continues to punish her. Smack back to the kisser. Smack back between the eyes. The left hand. The power. Now the right hand switch.
let's go. Let's go.
Nice switch kick there from Stamp.
You can see the difference between the way they throw kicks. Stamp is trying to take your head off, while Julie just looks to try to close that distance with hers. She throws the kick and tries to move forward. Stamp needs to throw a lot of kicks to keep her in that kicking range and keep her away from using those hands.
The confidence on Mezabarba to win this contest has been overwhelming. Never a slight inkling, a tiny shadow of doubt that she would not only beat Stamp, but also knock her out.
Heavy leg kicks thrown by Stamp early in the first. Michael, you spoke about the importance of the alternate position way back when this thing first started, and it's actually come to fruition here with 2 alternates in the semifinals.
Mezabarba looks at the high kick. Stamp looks to go downstairs. The Muay Thai roundhouse kick is a devastating weapon. 4 essential components. Turn the hips, pivot on the support foot, swing with the arms, and strike with the lower part of the leg. That's the mechanics of the Muay Thai round kick that Stamp is looking for. Mezabarba swings with a lead hook.
Some wild air balls thrown by Mezabarba early, trying to close that distance. Hasn't quite figured out her range yet because Stamp's doing a good job of throwing kicks to all areas of the legs and the body, really putting together some points on the board with the kicks.
Another one there from Stamp. We talk about those Muay Thai roundhouse kicks. They travel at 130 miles an hour, 209 k an hour. Amazing speed compared to, say, a karate kick, which is much slower.
Julie's starting to fall for the feints of Stamp. She's starting to react to a lot of the movements that Stamp's starting to dish out. Expect Stamp to start putting things together. You can see how she's starting to flinch. She doesn't like those kicks that are landed so far from Stamp. Julie's got to figure this out quick. I'd like to see her start utilizing the jab, close that distance, start utilizing the boxing that we spoke so much of on the walk.
We did expect this one to be a striking battle. Spinning back fist there from Mezabarba.
That's one way to close the distance.
Employing that kickboxing technique in Muay Thai, they'll throw the spinning back elbows. Outside leg kick from Stamp. Mezabarba catches the kick, drives her back to the fence, puts a forearm across the throat. What's Stamp looking for here, Dragon?
She might be trying to step across the hip, go for a whizzer kick, which is a type of throw, but Julie seems to be wise to it, readjusts her position. Stamp's rare to engage, or to initiate, rather, the grappling, but Julie's didn't really like that range she was at, kind of getting stuck into that kickboxing, or the kicking range, and now she's starting to close it up, utilize the clinch. She's dangerous inside this area, but Stamp's really strong inside the clinch. Let's see if Stamp transitions to a plum and possibly starts working. There it is. She gets that frame. Julie closes the distance, tries to swamp her, but gets the takedown.
Good
See if she
work.
can control the hips. Stamp scrambles back up to her feet.
Straight back to her feet, Stamp. Mezabarba could throw some knees. Yes, she does indeed off the left leg. Under a minute remaining, first round set for 3. Judged as an overall 15-minute contest. Stamp tried for a crossing elbow.
Stamp's got to figure out how to get some space. She's trying to push down the head, looking for some possible knees there, but Julie's doing a good job. There she goes. Punch your way out of there.
Gloves up high on both athletes. A little bit of tape coming loose on the left glove, it looks like, on Stamp.
You can see how she loads, how Stamp kind of rocks back and forth. If Julie can start timing some leg kicks when all her weight's on that lead leg, it could pay dividends in the later part of this match. But she's got to start putting some work in on the feet. Nice fake push kick to the jab right there by Stamp.
The person keeping the closest eye on this contest right now is Ritu Phogat backstage, because she will be facing the winner on December 3 in the World Grand Prix Championship Final. Switch round kick there from Stamp. Front kick. Goes for the inside leg, and Julie takes it out of the way. cracking roundhouse kick there from Stamp. Lots of instructions coming from the Fairtex corner. Stamp keeping light on that lead foot as Muay Thai stylists do to allow that Thai march. Looks for the inside leg on Mezabarba.
We're not really seeing the movement that we saw in the Yamaguchi fight from Mezabarba. And I think Stamp's kind of seeing the same thing because she said to me earlier this week that Mezabarba has great footwork, maybe even better footwork than me, but I plan to neutralize that with the kicking. And Julie is kind of obliging. She's standing in front of her, she's pushing forward, and she's kind of running right into these kicks.
Stamp hasn't found that truly clean blow she's been looking for. Does to the body there, catches the leg, and look at Julie! Rattles off the punches with the right hand. Knee guard put on here by Stamp. Mezabarba upping the aggressor meter.
Good takedown again there as she was able to frame off the hip, but doesn't quite count because she didn't get control of those hips. If you get a takedown, you have to control your hips of your opponent and keep them there. When Stamp's able to bounce back up, that just scores as aggression. Stamp's got a whizzer, back to neutral 50-50 position. This is where Stamp likes that knee. She likes to open up the arm on the underhook side and start delivering those knees.
The difference between Muay Thai and kickboxing, technique-wise, the elbows and the knees from the Muay Thai stylists, second to none.
Yeah, Stamp is that good of a striker that she will get you rethinking your entire strategy. She'll make you start guessing yourself, she'll start kicking you, and she'll turn some of the best strikers into grapplers.
And we saw that now from Mezabarba, effecting a takedown on Stamp. Ties up the legs here. What can the Brazilian do?
Oh, look at that whizzer control.
Position.
That was a beautiful sweep by
And she
Stamp.
mounts the Brazilian. How do you do? Stamp Fairtex top position, drops an elbow. And another one. Measures her with another elbow. Julie tries to buck her off, but Stamp's not going anywhere. Opens her up and drops an elbow between the eyes. Nicely timed by Stamp. Those elbows will make Julie Mezabarba wish she played volleyball instead. She's lining her up for another one, perhaps.
Yeah, Stamp will punish you for trying to take her to the ground.
There it is.
You initiate a grappling exchange with Stamp, she will stop your takedown, put you on your back, and then beat on you like this.
She is trying to fillet her face with elbows. There's the knuckles turned in off the right hand. Stamp is finding the openings with the ground and pound. To the temple, to the jaw, to the bridge of the nose. Mezabarba's gonna give her back.
Yeah, that's a bad way to escape. You don't want to give up your back like that. See how she just sat up like that and tried to push away? That gives up your back. Stamp's trying to sneak around the backside. She might have the body triangle. She chooses to let it go, and I think she's hunting for a choke.
Could a Thai tap out a Brazilian in a mixed martial arts contest? Could Stamp do it here on Mezabarba? Softens her up a little more. 1 minute remaining.
If Stamp can remove that hook, there she goes. Now she's trying to flatten her out. That's what I was looking for. If she can flatten her out, she can unload on some ground and pound. Julie looks a little bit lost here on the back. She's got to try to relieve some of those hooks, not sit up like that. Let's see if Stamp can drag her back down. Good defense from the hands there to prevent the choke from sliding in.
The MMA progression of Stamp over the last 18 months has been nothing short of outstanding. The former Muay Thai and kickboxing world champion looking to submit Julie Mezabarba here in the second.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Now it's under the neck. I think it's under the neck. Stamp's trying to lock up that rear naked choke. She's trying to punch her way into the rear naked choke.
We are told, yes, we see her. Ritu Phogat is here circle side watching Stamp and Julie Mezabarba. She will take on the winner on December 3 in the World...
It's proven, at least in these first 10 minutes, that that statement is completely false because Stamp is lighting her up in this kicking range and looking pretty good doing it. I'd like to see Stamp be a little bit more active, and same thing from Julie. I want to see those hands. She's having a hard time with the distance and the range of Stamp. She has to close that distance and be aggressive. She's got 4 minutes to punch her ticket to the World Grand Prix Championship final, and she's got to do something about it.
Spinning back fist there from Mezabarba. Also watching closely, we know right now, over in Hawaii is world atomweight champion Angela Lee, who will take on the winner of that Grand Prix Championship final on December 3rd, whether it be Stamp or Mezabarba or Phogat.
It looks kind of like Julie's following Stamp around the circle. You know, with each step, she's not really cutting off the corner. See how she's following her around? As Stamp circles, Julie's just kind of following her, shadowing her as she's moving around. I'd like to see her cut the corner, throw some leg kicks, throw the hands, and really do something here.
For all the talk, for all the swagger, it is time for Mezabarba to put the foot down. It's time for Julie to go for it. 3:18 remains in the fight. Front kick there from Stamp. Punt kick from Stamp. Circles off, counterclockwise. Julie follows her. Not initiating though, the Brazilian. Stamp, good switch kick and then a front kick. Nicely doubled up on the left leg. Jumping downward elbow from Julie. Trying to crack the clavicle.
Yeah, Julie's doing, you know, she's trying to close that distance. The flying elbow was there, but Stamp just kicked her away. This is Sparta. Back yourself back up. I want to keep you in my kicking range, and I'm going to do everything I need to keep you there.
And Dragon, that's what you said the key to victory was for Stamp, to keep that kicking range against Mezabarba.
And it's the footwork. Watch, as Julie moves forward, Stamp just takes one little step back. She's circling out, right? Julie's not cutting off the circle. She's following her around. And she has to, right now, throw a big left hook and then throw the leg kick. Cut that corner off, not allow Stamp to maintain that distance.
Time is ticking down for Julie Mezabarba. 2 minutes and 5 remaining. Stamp on the back foot at the moment. Jumping downward, a hammer fist strike there from Mezabarba. Little unorthodox, but she's got to try something here and see if she can rattle Stamp.
I also think Stamp understands the dimensions of the circle extremely well, because her footwork is placing her in a perfect position at all times to not get backed up against the wall, even though Julie's coming forward, and create those little angles. See how she circles out? Doesn't stay up against the fence because she knows Julie's dangerous there. Circles out, throws the kick, keeps active.
Thought about the round kick off the back leg, Stamp. She's preferred the round kick off the lead leg tonight, particularly with that switch where she brings the lead foot to the rear and then throws the kick. There's another round kick off the lead leg from Stamp and another one from the tie. Can Mezabarba indeed force her back against the wire? 1 minute remains now.
See, she just takes a little shuffle, gets her back immediately off that wall.
Who will move on to December 3 and face Ritu Phogat in the World Grand Prix Championship final? Will we see Muay Thai versus wrestling?
That's more like it from Julie. Now she's starting to sense a little bit of urgency here. Could be too little too late, but she still carries power. She can still get it done, but Stamp's just a little too wise to her strategy right now.
Is there a final flurry in the gas tank, in the guts and intestinal fortitude of Julie Mezabarba to go for it, to pull out all the stops, to throw caution to the wind and go at Stamp for the next 18 seconds. And Stamp stops her in her tracks again with that lead leg. Fakes it. Final 10 seconds. Maybe a Hail Mary shot from Mezabarba. Round kick from Stamp. Flurry off the catch there from Julie Mezabarba. And we're going down to the judges.
Sit down!